My name is Lyons. I am the chair of the Independence Party in Richmond County. I'm here representing 8,000 members. And I'm also speaking tonight on behalf of the 52,000 residents of this borough who are registered without a party affiliation. It is the case that 25% of the electorate on Staten Island is registered as something other than a Democrat or Republican. That's slightly higher than the citywide average. But whatever their party affiliation may be, it's the case that Staten Islanders tend to be independent-minded. Ticket splitting is widely practiced here, and the makeup of our elected officials is diverse. Our borough president is a member of the Conservative Party. Our congressman is a Democrat. The majority of our city council members are Republicans, and so on. In this environment, the Independence Party has been able to thrive. Our registration numbers have climbed steadily, more than tripling since 1998. And in the 2007 general election cycle, the Independence Party was the only party in Staten Island to show an increase in voter turnout on our line in a borough-wide race. I've come here today to urge you to place an initiative for nonpartisan elections on the ballot. When this issue came before the voters in 2003, it was one of 5 initiatives to appear on the ballot, and while it is unknown to the general public, nonpartisan elections received its highest level of support on Staten Island, receiving 44% of the vote. It was also the initiative among the 5 that the most voters weighed in on. I also want to address today some misstatements regarding nonpartisan elections that were made in a New York Times editorial last Saturday. I'm sure many of the commissioners read it. The editors wrote, quote, "Winners in nonpartisan elections often turn out to have one real asset, loads of cash." I'm frankly very curious as to why the editors would even make this statement. There is no evidence to support this claim. The elections in the city that are conducted on a nonpartisan basis are special elections, and there's not a single example apparent of what they're suggesting. It's also the case that major municipalities across the city use nonpartisan elections, and it has not been shown to skew election results to wealthy candidates only. The editorial went on to state that nonpartisan elections could, quote, "undermine New York's model campaign finance law." I want to point out that the campaign finance system we have in place in New York City operates, whether it's a regular election or in instances where a special election is called. Clearly, the system has been able to function well during both kinds of elections and could handle a nonpartisan system quite easily, as it already does. In closing, I just want to add that we are the current caretakers of our democracy, and we can improve it by supporting the inclusion of the growing numbers of voters who choose to be independent. We're far from being a special interest group. Our numbers are 25% of the electorate and growing, so thank you so much for your consideration.